In 1992 in the Philippines, there was no war, no monster, no ghost. But something terrible still happened. Something so painful that even today people lower their voices when they remember it. It started quietly, with a soft promise. A promise that sounded like hope. Pepsi came to the people and said, "Drink this soda, open the bottle, look under the cap, and your life can change forever." One number could turn poverty into wealth, hunger into comfort, tears into laughter. People were poor. Many families had nothing. Some parents skipped meals so their children could eat. Some children stopped school because money was gone. So when Pepsi said you could win 1 million pesos just by drinking a soda, people listened. They believed. They trusted. Because hope is powerful when you have nothing else. Everywhere in the country, people started buying Pepsi. Not because they loved the taste, but because they loved the dream. Streets filled with empty bottles, trash cans were searched. Bottle caps were collected like gold. People stopped talking about tomorrow and started talking about numbers. Radios played cheerful voices announcing winners. And each time someone won a small prize, belief became stronger. People said if it happened to them, it can happen to me. In small houses, in crowded slums, in villages and cities, families prayed over bottle caps. Parents told children to be patient, saying soon everything will be fine. Then came the night of May 25th, 1992. The night that turned hope into horror. Families gathered around radios and televisions. Hands were shaking, hearts were racing. The announcer spoke slowly, building tension. Then the winning number was announced, 349, 349. Across the country there was silence for 1 second. Then screaming, shouting, crying, laughing. People hugged each other. Some fainted. Some fell to their knees thanking God, because under their bottle caps was the same number. 349. Fathers believed they could finally provide. Mothers believed suffering was over. Children believed magic was real. That night, many people did not sleep. They talked about houses they would buy, schools they would attend, debts they would clear, futures they would finally have. But morning came, and with it, confusion. Pepsi offices were surrounded by crowds. Not hundreds, not thousands, but hundreds of thousands of people holding bottle caps, all saying the same number, 349, inside Pepsi offices. Workers panicked, executives whispered, computers were checked again and again, and then the truth appeared. A mistake, a terrible mistake. The number 349 was never meant to be released. It was a computer error. Instead of a few winners, there were around 800,000. Pepsi could not pay. They were trapped by their own promise. And then they made a decision that would destroy lives. They went back to the radio, but this time the voice was different. Colder, distant. They said only special bottle caps with security codes were valid, and for everyone. Else, Pepsi would offer 500 pesos as a gesture of goodwill. 500 pesos. The crowd froze. People did not understand at first. They thought they heard wrong. 1 million pesos became 500. Dreams collapsed in seconds. People screamed, cried, begged. Some fainted. Others tore their bottle caps apart. Families went home in silence. Children asked questions parents could not answer. Some people had sold land to buy Pepsi. Some borrowed money. Some quit jobs believing wealth was coming. Now they had nothing. Anger replaced hope. Protests began. Pepsi offices were surrounded again, but this time with rage. Rocks were thrown. Windows shattered. People shouted liar, thief, murderer. Police arrived. Tension grew, and then violence started. A Pepsi delivery truck was attacked, and then something unthinkable happened. A grenade was thrown. It exploded, killing people instantly. Blood covered the street. Broken bottles mixed with broken bodies. The number 349 became a curse, not a blessing. Fear spread across the country. Pepsi employees hid, delivery trucks stopped moving. Some winners were attacked by neighbors who believed they had money. Families destroyed themselves over bottle caps. Lawsuits flooded the courts. More than 22,000 cases were filed. People died. Children were injured. Lives were ruined. All because of a number printed under a bottle cap. Years passed. Pepsi eventually left the country for a time. Courts ruled mostly in their favor. The $1,000,000 was never paid, but the scars remained. Some people still keep their 349 bottle caps, not as proof of winning, but as proof of betrayal. Some say if you find an old Pepsi bottle today and open it and see the number 349, you should drop it, because that number once turned hope into madness. It showed how dangerous false promises can be. The real horror was not the riots, not the deaths, not the explosions. The real horror was giving hope to the poor and then taking it away, because when hope dies, something inside people dies with it, and that is a wound that never truly heals. This is not just a story. It happened, and that is why it is terrifying.